Alright, hey, so we got more insanity to talk about. I've made videos on feminism in the past, talking about all the different issues across it, how stupid it is, how wrong it is, all the oppression that men face. And in my videos I mentioned manspreading, but only briefly, because I mean it's such a small fucking issue, like everything that feminists complain about it is. But it's like really small. So I just briefly mentioned how it's dumb that women would complain about manspreading, an issue that they created, by the way, because men sit with their legs open, even though we literally biologically have to. You know, side note, this is something you would have heard me say in the, feminism video that I made and stuff like that, but you gotta love how these are the issues that feminists are dealing with and complaining about. Really shows you just how privileged they are when the things that they think are big issues are actually really fucking small. Anyway, check out this crazy feminist who actually designed a anti-manspreading chair. Let's read about it, shall we? Brighton University graduate Layla Laurel has designed a chair that prevents people from manspreading as part of a project that aims to offer solutions to sexist issues experienced by women. But we wouldn't want to deal with the sexist issues that are plaguing men, right? Like homeless rates and a list of other shit. Please watch my video on feminism and how men are actually more oppressed than women are. You'll like it a lot. It'll be at the end of the video in an annotation. Laurel's pair of chairs, titled A Solution for Manspreading, were created as a tongue-in-cheek response to both hers and other women's day-to-day experiences of manspreading, and everyone took it seriously. Because guess what? This fucking woman got an award for this. Yeah, that's how screwed up our world is. We're giving awards for oppressing men more. I think humor is a really interesting tool in order to tackle social issues. Thank you for admitting that feminist issues are not really important. Manspreading is defined as the practice of people, typically men, sitting on public transport with their legs wide apart, encroaching on other people's seats. I like how they say a practice of people, typically men. Well, duh. But I guess in the way you're kind of admitting that women do it too, but yet you're only focusing on men who do it, but okay. Laurel designed 2 chairs in a bid to create a physical representation of this frustrating everyday issue. One chair is for the woman, or for the person identifying as the woman, and encourages them to sit with their legs parted to take up more space, and one is for the man in this scenario, which forces them to sit with their legs together. She used sycamore and cherry wood to make the chairs, designing them to mirror each other in shape to create visual continuity between the pair. And we can clearly see that the woman in this fucking picture looks like a man. And the man is very happy. I think encouraging women to consider the way in which they move through the world or the space they take up in relation to men is powerful, because it is such an intrinsic and huge issue. Huge issue! And yet one that is not always considered, because sane people don't consider it an issue. I think men have a tendency to command space and require women to move for them far more than vice versa. She continued, in order to achieve gender equality, it is imperative to consider many different aspects of sexism. Okay, now we're gonna stop reading this insanity and call you up for what you are. You are nothing but a fucking sexist. First of all, men are actually more willing to move than women are. Here's some proof. When a woman is manspreading with shopping bags and her purse and stuff, she will literally put it between her legs and therefore open her legs to put the purse there, or she'll put it on the seat next to her. And if a man actually comes to sit down, she will, more often than not, unless he really asks her, she won't even fucking move her bags or purse, okay? And as for men, if you actually went on the fucking bus or a subway, you might find one guy, if you're lucky, who is actually trying to take up room. Do you know how most guys fucking sit on the subway or a bus? Let me mother fucking show you. You ready? This is how men sit, okay? Here. Men don't just sit like this and it's very simple. See, the seat is here, right? And my legs are going to either side. But men on the bus, what they'll often do is, if they're sitting in the aisle seats, they will actually sit like this, where it's straight here, so they're not bothering the people here, and they'll kind of put one leg off to the side in the aisle. And when somebody's trying to walk by in the aisle, they'll move their leg in like this so the person can walk by and then put their leg back. They do this so that the leg is in the aisle bothering nobody unless they're walking by, and they'll move for that. And then on this side, the person sitting here is not bothered because the leg is obviously straight as opposed to curved. I hope you're enjoying that. The fucking point is to, what's your name? Laurel? Lyle? I don't care. Laurel. You're a fucking moron. You know why you're a moron? Because you're a fucking sexist. Why are you sexist? Because you didn't actually create a chair to end manspreading. Because you created two chairs. And what was the other chair for? The other one was to make women spread. It was actually forcing women to spread. So your goal, you fucking idiot, your goal was not to end manspreading, it was just to transfer it to women to make men, I guess, feel the same way you feel, despite the fact that nobody who is sane actually feels that way, and despite the fact that this is a non-issue that nobody complains about except for feminists who are nitpicking. Okay? And women spread more than men do, so fuck off. Men never have bags and stuff, and if they do, they put it on their lap, and they're very careful with it. That's what men fucking do. When I'm on the bus and I have my backpack, I literally hold it, I hold it here and I like hug it almost so that nobody's bothered by it. Women don't do that with their fucking purses more than half the time. So fuck you. You literally created a chair that makes women spread, and they don't even have to do it. Whereas you're forcing men to put their legs together, and they have to keep them open because they have balls in the dick there, in case you're not aware, because I'm sure you've never seen one before, you fucking retard. If you were about equality, then you would design it in a way where both people, men and women, keep their legs together, or at least at least parallel to a sense where they're not bothering the people next to them. Your goal wasn't for equality. Your goal was to have women overpower men, which is what the entire feminist movement is about anyway. So thank you for exploiting yourself as not a fucking egalitarian, but as just a typical feminist who wants to overpower men. You are a piece of shit. And so is everybody who agrees with this, because she was given a fucking award for this. She was given an award for oppressing men. Even if, and this is a big if, even if she had only designed the chair for men so that women's legs and men's legs were exactly the same, she still doesn't deserve an award because it's a non-issue. But the fact that she did it against men and to help women, therefore oppress men, and not be equal at all because I'm sorry, dipshit. That's not what that's not what equality is. And by the way, side note, I find it funny that real equality is referred to as egalitarianism, and feminism, which is just women's rights and nothing else, kind of proves that. It proves that feminism isn't about equality because the words are fucking different. I have a video, by the way, called "Feminism is Not About Equality." I'll put it at the end. I urge you to watch it. Anyway, the point is, you're not an egalitarian. You're not for the rights of both genders. You're a feminist, so you're for the right of women only. Not the right, actually. You're there just to overpower women so that they overpower nearby men. Anyway, you're stupid, and you were given an award, but quite frankly, I'm not surprised, because if people actually did something for real egalitarianism, they would just be called a sexist. Welcome to 2019.